Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a collective haul video. Now this is something I have been meaning to film for quite some time. Obviously that's why it's a collective haul, because I'm going to be showing you guys a bunch of products that I have been collecting over the months. If you'd like to see what I've been collecting, go ahead and stay tuned. The first company that I want to talk about is no other than Colourpop Cosmetics. I am an avid buyer of Colourpop products. I have many of their liquid lipsticks and eyeshadows, but some of my recent purchases include some of their lippy sticks and another liquid matte. So the first one I'll start off here is the shade Embellish. I believe this one was in a limited edition with one of their like winter fall collections, and this is like a deepened, like dark black kind of brown shade. Honestly, after getting this one, I kind of feel like it is too dark for me, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I know it was a hot seller because this sold out, and I believe when I purchased it, it was like they had brought it back. A lot of people had obviously requested it, so I don't know, I just feel like it's a little bit like almost black. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna try to make it work. Next up, I have 3 of their lippy sticks. The first one is the shade Hollywood Boulevard, which is a nether brown shade. This one's actually in their Matte X formula, which is something that I didn't try out in the past. I have a lot of their regular matte lipsticks, so I wanted to try out the Matte X. This one is very nice as well. It's very similar to their Pitch shade, which is also a brown lipstick, of course. And something actually that I noticed about this one in particular is I don't find it to be that matte. In fact, as I swatched it on my hand right here, and when the light hits it, you can kind of see that it has a little bit of a sheen to it. So I don't really know what the difference is with this formula versus their other formula, because frankly, I feel like this is pretty much the same thing, but nonetheless, it is a nice color. I am just slightly disappointed with the formula on this one. The next 2 shades that I have here are Ziggie and Pack Pack. Ziggie is a beautiful like orange terracotta type of shade. I actually really like this one. I have swatched it but have not worn this one yet. I think this one's going to be really nice for the fall, but when I swatch this one beside Hollywood Boulevard, you can see that it is a lot more matte. It definitely does not have quite as much of a sheen. So I'm thinking that the formula on Ziggie is how the Matte X formula is supposed to be. I don't know if they mislabeled the Hollywood Boulevard shade, because I've had that happen to me before. I mean, they do carry a lot of formulas and a lot of colors, so I don't know. As I said, I'm just gonna make it work. Lastly, I have the shade Pack Pack. This one is another one of their limited edition shades. I believe it was one of their fall or winter collections. So this one's like very unique, or at least I think so. This one's like a deep kind of purple shade, but it almost kind of has like a grayish undertone, and I really like the formula on this one. This one's also a Matte X, and you can see it looks a lot more matte than what Hollywood Boulevard is. I don't know if I'm going to get quite as much wear out of it for right now, just because it is spring and summertime right now. So I think I'm probably going to reserve this for fall and winter, because I think it's going to make a nice kind of dark lip without going super vampy. So the next online store that I kind of stopped at was Makeup Geek. These are her duochrome highlighters. I have the shade Firework, and then I have the shade Ablaze. Firework is kind of like a champagne gold, well, more of like a bronzy gold type of shade, but it almost has like a reddish pink kind of undertone. Absolutely love these guys. I was actually dying to have my hands on these, but with the Canadian exchange, I was kind of like very hesitant to grab them. Probably like last month or a month and a half ago, she had a damaged sale, and that's when I pounced on these, and lo and behold, when I received them, they actually weren't damaged at all. So I'm actually really happy that I got them. I think I actually got them for half price, so I can't complain. This is a beautiful shade, especially if you are like a medium tan to deeper skin tone complexion. Then of course, like I said, I have the shade Ablaze, and this one is even more unique. This one's like a kind of fiery orange type shade. It really reminds me of the shade from the Becca and Jaclyn Hill trio that came out probably like 2 years ago. It had that red shade. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll probably put it on the screen here if you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, when you put this one on your face, you can definitely see like a duochrome color. It kind of flashes gold in some lights, and then it kind of flashes like a coppery reddish kind of tone. So I really like this one on days when I'm going for something a little bit, you know, different and has more of an edge to the traditional gold shades that people recommend for deeper skin complexion. My next online purchase was actually on beautybay.com, and I specifically went on there to get one thing and one thing only. Now this is the Holy Grail Laura Gellar Gilded Honey Highlight. I've heard so much about this highlighter in like previous years and even leading up to now. A lot of people love this highlight. Some people say it's a dupe for MAC's Whisper of Guilt, which they just relaunched probably about a month ago. This was about, I think, like $25 Canadian on the site, so I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. People don't really go through highlights that quickly. I haven't actually worn it on the face, but I'm excited to try it out. It's a beautiful gold slash champagne type of highlight. I can't wait to like dig in and actually see how this works out on my skin tone, but I think it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Then just to complete my order, I picked up a Anastasia pencil sharpener. It's just one of those 2-hold ones. I wanted to get it just because I heard that this sharpener works really good with the Colourpop lip liners. I have this weird problem that goes on with my Colourpop lip liners where the actual product kind of separates from the casing inside, so when I go to sharpen it, it just does not create like a very sharp point, which you really want when you're doing your lip line. I'm gonna try this out and see if this works with the Colourpop lip liners, because I really do love them. It's just that no sharpener seems to sharpen them how I need them. So next up, I made a couple purchases from MAC Cosmetics. I know recently, probably about a month ago as well, they had a 30% off sale, and then I don't know if this was during the holiday season or after, but they had the Beaming Blush, that whole collection with the highlighters launch, and I was like dying to have this. So I did go on the site and I ordered this, and it took me about like a month and a half before I was actually to get it in my hands, because it was like a high selling product and they just could not keep them on the shelves. It's a beautiful like rose gold type of shade, or at least it looks that way in the pan. However, when I put it on my skin tone, it really just kind of pulls more gold. It doesn't really pull kind of rosy at all, so I was kind of disappointed in that, but I guess it does work differently for every different skin tone. And then the other 3 purchases that I have from MAC are some of the more basic items. So I did pick up a Studio Fix powder in the shade NC45, and then something that I've heard about for years but I've never tried it is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. So here it is right here. I'm sure most of you guys have seen this. I did go ahead and try this, and I have to say I really like it. This is really nice to give you a somewhat mattifying look, but actually I should say it gives you more of a satin look because it does mattify your face, but it also kind of has this slight sheen to it. It's very similar to the Wet n Wild powder, which I picked up very recently as well. But yeah, I picked up the MAC powder. This one's in the shade Dark. And then lastly from MAC, I picked up one of their Retro Matte liquid lipsticks in the shade Uniformly Fabulous, and the formula seems like really nice and it goes on super buttery. This is going to give a beautiful vampy look for the winter time and the fall time. My next purchase online was from an indie brand. This is from the brand called Lonely Planet. Now, I have picked up 2 of their liquid lipsticks. I have been eyeing these guys for quite some time. The 2 shades that I picked up are the shade Debbie and Star. So Debbie is a beautiful brown. It's like a deep chocolate brown type of shade. And then Debbie is kind of like a mauve terracotta type of shade. I honestly thought that this one was going to be a little bit more light and kind of like a peachy nude. So I was pleasantly or kind of unpleasantly surprised to see this, but I'm definitely going to be able to make this one work. So we will see how these 2 swatch. I've watched a lot of review videos and people really say that these are some of the most comfortable liquid matte lipsticks on the market. I noticed also that they rebranded their whole company, so they are now called Atomic Makeup NYC, I think it is, but these are the same lipsticks and from the same exact brand. It's just in their old packaging. Next up is this NYX Avant Pop palette. This is a very gorgeous drugstore and affordable, of course, palette. I really wanted to branch out and kind of get some more affordable palettes because I really don't have a lot of drugstore eyeshadows in my collection. This is something that I was eyeing for quite some time, and then yeah, I know, around Christmas time, we did Secret Santa at my work and one of my colleagues got this for me, so I was so happy to see this. I have swatched it and it does come out pretty pigmented, but I have yet to use this on my eyes, so I will be probably doing a drugstore tutorial, maybe with this palette, to see how it works out. But I do have high hopes for it because, as I said, it does swatch really great. My next product is also something that I have been dying to try for forever, and this is the Muriel Badescu spray. I recently picked this up off of, not Whole Look, it's Saks, the Saks website, and they had these on for like $5. They also had a deal where they were doing like free duties and free shipping to Canada, so I kind of went ham on this and I purchased like 10 bottles, but I was like, you know what, I can't go wrong because for me this is a little bit of a hassle to get a hold of, so I pounced on the opportunity to get some of these, and I have to say I really do like it. The last things I want to talk about are from a site called Beautybay.com, and Beautybay is like my go-to site for anything that I want, like drugstore related, sometimes even high-end that I cannot get my hands on here in Canada. So recently Ardell came out with these faux mink lashes. So the style that I picked up for these lashes is the style 810. These ones are very, very nice. I'm actually really new to this kind of lash. As you guys can see, this lash has like longer pieces and then shorter pieces. I don't know how to explain it, but they're not all one length. So I think this is going to create a lot of volume to the eyes. And then these are also a really nice option if you want to go for something that is not full-on mink, which as we know can be super expensive. And again, if you are a cruelty-free person, then this is a great way to get that mink look without the actual mink hairs on your lashes. I guess I kind of went on an Ardell lash fiasco or like rampage because all the lashes that I picked up from beautyjoint.com are Ardell. So the next pair that I have here is the Ardell Wispies, but these are the 603, and you guys are probably wondering why I am holding up an empty case, and that's because this pair of lashes is actually on my eyes right now. As you can see, they kind of give you like a spiky look, which is pretty cool. I thought these would be really cool to add to my collection because I don't really have anything like this. Most of my lashes that I have are super wispy and you know, that regular natural kind of look. So I like these. They are kind of long if you don't like really long lashes, but I think that they're nice as well because they don't feel super heavy and they fit very nice. The band is also super thin, so you don't have to worry about trying to hide or conceal the band too much. Now, speaking of super thick band lines, this is the other pair that I bought. I have tried these on in a tutorial, which you guys will see coming up shortly on my channel. But these are the Ardell Double Up 201s. I guess it's basically like this style 201 lash, but they double stack them, so it gives kind of like a thick dramatic lash. I have to say these ones look super cool. I was a little bit afraid of them, but I looked at pictures on Google and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. If I don't like them, I'll just wear them for tutorials online. But I have to say these ones are really nice when you want to like really give your eyes some drama. The last item that I actually did pick up on beautyjoint.com is these LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencils. I was watching a video by Platinum D here on YouTube not too long ago, and she kind of demoed all the different shades of these, and I figured this would be a great alternative to some of my favorite brow pencils. Right now I'm currently using the Colourpop brow pencil, which is not my favorite because the formula is a little bit too waxy and too creamy for my liking. I was like, you know what, this one's really inexpensive and it had a lot of colors to choose from. I think this was really cheap as well. I will put the price in the screen down here because I can't remember off the top of my head, but I did get it in the shade Blackest Brown, and I feel like this one kind of has like a nice brown shade, but it also has a little bit of a ashy tone to it, which I really do like, because I feel like jet black kind of makes it a little bit hard for, you know, for it to look super natural. But if you have something that's slightly ashy, I think it would work a little bit better. So here is the shade right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I know I have a lot of swatches on my hand from this video, but as you can see, it is slightly ashy, but it has a brown tone to it too. So I'm excited to try this out for my brows and see how it works. So that's pretty much all for my video today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, and hey, let me know if you guys do want to see videos or tutorials or reviews, whatever, on any of the products that I did feature today. Don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe before you head out. And until my next video, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye, guys.